protect our heart from all our foe. But if the price is death for all we hold dear, O God, then let us die without a shred of fear. May Chukwukabiama bless each and every one of you. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, from wherever you are joining us. My name is Mazi Chukwuemeka Anyoro Okafor. Mazi Chukwuemeka Anyoro Okafor is from Agluzibo in Aniocha province of Biafra land. Mazi Okafor based in Germany, precisely Bremen, and served the indigenous people of Biafra as the coordinator northern part of Germany. You are all welcome to Biafran Twitter handle, but before we continue, like as it is our wish and our tradition here, we want to use the opportunity to greet our internal leader, Mazi Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, a man that paid the ultimate sacrifice, that sacrificed the wealth of his father, that sacrificed whatever that is within his reach to make sure that people like me have the opportunity to be with you people today. Same greeting we give to our supreme leader, Onyendu Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, a man that sacrificed his both parents, everything that he could. Even right now, he sacrificing PSS dungeon just to make sure that people like me and you have the opportunity to be able to gather here today to plan, strategize. The same thanks we want to give to our HOD, Mazi Chike Doziem, and thanks to all the members of DOS. Very intelligent group of people, those people that make sure that this light Biafra, the flag Biafra, keep flying above all things. We want to use this opportunity also to thank our Lolo Uchechi for her courage and for coming out straight and shine light and call out Satan to their name so that they can run away. We want to thank our sister, Professor Ujuanya, for bringing the light to the world. There is no denial, because as the witch from Buckingham Palace passed away, we shall not put our head down and start mourning a murderer like Hitler. I am saying it without apology. It is going to cost my life. I will die smiling, knowing very well that my ancestors will welcome me on the other side when I'm there. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking out the time to join us today. And I want to thank the hosts for giving us the opportunity to be able to gather here and strategize. I want to remind those joining us new, please, this is not a kindred meeting. We are here for Omona meeting or town meeting. This is a meeting, this is a gathering of comrades where we plan and strategize to make that this suffering, the suffering of our people, how to make sure God Zoo Nigeria is brought to his knee, that is destroyed, and all the enslaved population living there are free to live the way Chukwukabiama want them to live. I want each and every one of you not to forget that we are at a very difficult time right now. We have enemies, world powers that are fighting against us. They believe that they are stronger than us, but like as our ancestors, we stand them, the 67, we shall triumph over them, and we shall conquer them. And at the end of the day, we shall restore the kingdom of God on earth, the holy land of Biafra, to the wish of Chukwukikabiama Elohim, who is greater above all things. I thank each and every one of you for being here today. Those that are new here, I want to remind you, this is a 1-hour program, but we extend according to the audience we have and the topic that we have ahead. And I want to remind you all, anybody that have the wish to speak can indicate, and he will 3 minutes to share his wonderful view with us. And we beg everyone else to always remember discipline is the key, just like as our Onyendumazin Kanu taught us. When somebody is speaking, try and mute your speaker so that you will get the message the person is trying to pass through, and be able to tolerate and listen to whoever that is talking. At the end of the day, we shall address whoever that is trying to play with our intelligence, because we are children of man, and we shall never be deceived by the infiltrators. Thank each and every one of you for knowing very well that we are fighting to create a nation. We are fighting to restore a nation where equal right and justice for all will be guaranteed, for the security and life, for the security for the life and the properties of the indigenes, for the citizens living in the country, in the nation called Biafra. There shall be free health care for all our citizens, just like free education for all our citizens. There shall be guaranteed steady water supply for everyone, steady power supply for all. We shall live in a society with secure social welfare for those that are unemployed. We shall live in a society where the pension fund is not rooted by the greedy politicians. They will not have the opportunity to loot the pension fund, because you and me will be there to make sure that nobody loots the funds that are meant to serve the old citizens that work and support this nation all their life. We are marching into a society where the government will support the young entrepreneurs group and create jobs for all our citizens. We are marching into Biafra, where the government will support the existing industry so that they shall be able to compete with the international market. And at the end of the day, our nation shall be greater than most of the nations in this Western self-reside. Thank you very much one more time. You are all welcome to Biafran Twitter handle. And as you all are seeing, the zoo, the contraption called Zoo Nigeria, is crumbling in our presence, and there is nothing to do about it, because it is a prophecy from our leader, Onyenduma Nandi. All his prophecies are coming to pass, and the Zoo Nigeria is part of it. And very soon the zoo shall be destroyed completely, and nothing shall save it. There is something I want each and every one of you to know. I don't know how many of you listen to the broadcast of HOD. We all the task ahead of us. But before I continue, I want to congratulate and thank my comrades in Spain, Catalonia. Those that joined our comrades in Catalonia to celebrate their independence. Those my comrades, the indigenous people of Biafra, my families, those that were there to make sure that our flag flies so high. I say, may Elohim bless each and every one of you, and may Elohim continue to guide and protect you all. Hand in hand, we shall march together in the new nation, and no devil shall stop it. Before we continue, I still want to thank each and every one of you, and whoever that wish to speak should not forget to indicate. Some of you, I have to invite them special, because in this struggle, there are those of us that are hardcore to the bone, those that are willing to sacrifice the last drop of their blood to make sure that the kingdom of God on earth, that is the holy land of Biafra, is restored, and there is nothing to do against it. The grace of God, I hope most of you heard the message of our HOD that our leader Onyenduma Nnamdi Kanu will be appearing in court probably next tomorrow. So there is total lockdown of Biafra land. Not even a fly will fly. More especially now that the Mohammed Yusuf called Jubri, that goes around as the dead Buhari, is planning to visit the butcher from Imo State, the spring governor, hopeless Ozodimba. The man will shamed, the man will fall his hands, the man will make sure that he does not come to London to come and declare himself something or make himself relevant. Him and his agents, they now know how formidable we are. I said it in the other, in the last section that we have, that those of them that are feeling comfortable in that contraption called Zoo Nigeria should not forget. In diaspora, we have the number. So the day that house will be on fire, there will be no hiding place for you all, because people like me and millions of us that are outside, those people you thought that you chased out of the contraption, we will be here to give you a hot welcome whenever your feet set outside here in the if Biafra is restored and we happens to see you people down, we shall give you IPOB treatment, whether you like it or not. So my brethren, my comrades, I thank each and every one of you. Before I continue pushing, I would like to call in Mazi Kemba first. Mazi Kemba, can you hear me? Mazi Kemba, are you there? I think our comrade is not close to his speaker, so let me hand the mic to Mazi Captain. Mazi Captain, you are welcome. May Chukwu Kabiama bless you. May I use this opportunity to give you the time to to share the wonderful message of Biafra with us. Mazi Captain, are you there? It's like Mazi Captain is having a technical problem. I just hope today that we will not suffer from, or that the zoo will not try us the way they used to do sometimes. We are victorious, and victory is our name, and we shall conquer them. No matter how hard they try to push us down, we will always stand up and we will always defeat them. No matter what they try, there is nothing they can do against the children of Chukwuoke, because victory is ours and we shall always conquer. As a captain, are you there?
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my brother, and the speakers and listeners, and our hosts.
Chineke, you are welcome. You can continue. The mic is yours.
Yeah, sorry, my other phone died, and I had to log in with another phone. Thank you very much, and I welcome everybody to today's special program. Our struggle for freedom is imminent. It is important, and it's an important question here. Why we must unify our voices on Twitter Tuesday, just like we did last Tuesday. First of all, we want to use this opportunity to thank everybody. All Biafrans used one voice last Tuesday. In fact, it was trending. Even today, as I'm talking to you, it is also a thing of joy and happiness that because of our own efforts, Igbo is trending on Twitter, Nigeria, and Biafra is trending all over the world. So, if you are among the people who have made this possible, I want you to give a round of applause to yourself. You are doing the right thing. Now, why is it important that we must unify our voices on Twitter Tuesday? With what has happened within this week, the parasite and infiltrator, we saw how our amiable leader, our formidable leader's wife, has been able to reduce them to nothing. We saw how that is making a wave because we all had one voice. We saw how a powerful, low-key revolutionist in the name of Professor Ujuanya, this shows that a lot of them have been listening to Mazen Namdekano. This shows that a lot of them has been to the University of Biafra. We are indigenous people. Some people will not come out the way we are coming out to make it known, but they are low-key, and they are an igniting force that when they have the opportunity, they are going to, just lit off. We saw how that has happened and how all of us came together to put our voice, to support our sister, irrespective of her flaws and her mistakes. But we recognize one thing, and we also learned it from Mazen Namdekan. When the same thing happened with Fadam Baka, we saw what happened. It shows that we have a true leader in the person of Mazen Namdekan. It shows that we are actually following and we are actually learning. And we are doing this willingly. Nobody is forcing us. Nobody is imposing it on us. Now, when it comes to this Twitter Tuesday, why is it important that we should unify our voice? Something happened on Tuesday when we were talking about Idara Gold. It made wave. It made serious wave that some people had to come to defend themselves about Idara Gold. And hopefully one day that our young sister is going to be out. And there are also hundreds and thousands of our brothers who are down there. We have to use this same voice and this same might. These past few days, I have learned something. Unity is key. We were divided and conquered in such an unimaginable way. Psychologically, I became terrified how much damage that was done to us as a people. That's the reason why the Ifulefus and the intellectuals, I don't blame them. I repeat, we were damaged beyond the imagination. And to be honest with you, I will forever be proud being an Igbo man, being a Biafran, and being an indigenous person of Biafra. I will forever be proud in joining this journey as an indigenous person of Biafra under the leadership of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the Directorate of State. I will never be ungrateful about it. I will not have a reason because I have come to learn a lot. I have come to learn who I am. It is now clear to us that it was a deliberate act that our history was hidden from us, locked away from us. And all this while, they damaged us to the point that we are suffering from more than Stockholm Syndrome. We don't only love those who have subjected us into torture, we worship them. Do you know what that means? Stockholm Syndrome leaves you to love the person who actually is torturing you, who has kidnapped you. But our own, they damaged us beyond the imagination that we worship our oppressors. Do you know what that means? So I urge every Biafran here to round up. I urge every Biafran, please, your voice is needed. The little voice that Professor Ujuanya added, you people saw how it shook the world. The voice that you have been adding, you saw how it has also shook the world. The world is being shaken. Today, the world is talking about Biafra, whether for good or for bad, but Biafra is in their mouth. Now, the next step is, do we really want this freedom? If you want this freedom, I want you to suit up and prove those people who say that you were weak, you need to prove them wrong by standing tall and defending who you are and demanding for the receipts of who you are. And until then, every Tuesday, I want you to tweet it, and we are going to retweet it. We are going to like it. we are going to quote it. We are going to retweet it. We will keep retweeting it. We will not get tired until they get so tired, like Pharaoh of the Egypt, and say, "Oh yeah, make una they go." So that when we get to the Red Sea, make them pursue as they come, so that they are going to drown there. I yield the mic.
Thanks very much, Master Captain Mechukwu Kabiama. Bless you for your wonderful words and wisdom. You see, there was a quote from Julius Malema. In case of those of you who doesn't know him, he is a South African freedom fighter. I don't call him a politician because of his views and his ideology. He once said that if he doesn't know, if one asks him who he is, he will say he's a Biafran, because he find out that these people doesn't fear to say whatever they want to be you. They are not afraid of white people. He said it openly. He said, unlike other Africans, these people, they are not afraid of white people, and they are ready to even die fighting against them. You see, comrades, the truth is, if there is Africans that will take Africa as a continent out of these dark ages we are, it is us. You could see our sister, Professor Ujuanya, the way she, before all these Western media, BBC, criminals, and all this CNN start glorifying that winch from Buckingham Palace. After she, even though she's a murderer, that she have killed a lot of people, she was the African that was bold enough to say it to their face. I wish this devil the worst death ever that she could witness. She has a lot to lose, but she was bold enough, courageous enough to come out and say it. Not like this idiot, or should I call them caricatures, that we call Nollywood actors or Nollywood musicians you have there in the contraption called Zoo Nigerias. Biafrans without balls, men and women, those who are ready to watch their people being slaughtered, and because of few thousands dollars that if you change to Naira, it turns to million, they will sell their soul. This is a woman that have more to lose. She's a professor in a very big university. But her titles, her entitlements were nothing to her compared to the tragedies her ancestors went through, compared to the tragedies her people are still going through at this particular moment. You see, one thing many people doesn't know: the injection, the doses our leader Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu injected to most of us. Some of us have not diluted it. And with time, anybody that managed to dilute his own and activate it, you will see that person come out even more stronger. Because they say there is nothing like truth. There is an adage: the hate you gave little infant will end up destroying the whole generation. And what they are going to witness, the hate they gave those Kwachioko children, the hate they are giving our young generation, young parents, will be a woo to them at the end of the day. And that is the reality. Before I continue, let me call Mazi Linton, Mazi Chikongola Linton. Mazi, can you hear me?
My brother, I can hear you. Thank you so much.
Mazi, you're welcome. Mechukwu Kabiama bless you as you're joining us, I think, for the first time.
Yes,
I
sir.
hope you're welcome. May you have the mic. The mic is yours.
Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
Yes.
May God bless you for hosting this open mic. And let me say something to Ndebanye Nanuno, all of our children and sons and brothers and mothers at home who are still on the ground, have their foot on the ground. May God continue to please guide them and guide them well. Let God please give them the mindset to protect themselves, keep themselves alive all the time. As I say continuously, and let me say that in English. Anybody, no matter where they come from, whether they come from Buckingham or whether they come from Hamburger, I don't care. If they set their foot on our ground, that is where they will stay. They will never go home again. I beg God to please protect our family, protect our children, protect our ladies, and keep them aware of what to do. The future of Biafra is inevitable. We are going to get Biafra no matter what, no matter who. Thank God the witch is dead. The murderer. Her husband may be even worse. I don't know. But I do know that I thank God for removing the most heinous murderer on this earth. I don't think there's any other country, any other person, not even Hitler, can match this woman's hate, her murderous and her behavior towards we in Africa. All our natural resources that she tried to steal, that she tried to take, in fact, did steal. A message to all of our brothers and sisters in the land, United Kingdom. It is time for you to leave. It is not safe in that your so-called England, United Kingdom. I beg you to prepare to leave and go back home. Mazi, my honorable host, if you leave me alone, I will speak and speak and speak and speak. But I will now just remove myself and hand over the mic to you. I thank you so much for the privilege of saying very few things that I did. God bless you.
Thanks very much, Chukwuka. Bless you. I forgot to ask you because we have a tradition. Those that are not based in Biafra land or that are not in the contraption called Zoo, used to ask them to give us a bit introduction. So actually, I forget to ask you where you based. So if you're kind enough to tell our listeners where you based, we'll be very happy and we will appreciate it. But if not, we'll move on. I don't know if you want to.
Well, no, I don't mind. The time of fear is no longer here. Uh,
Yes.
I am uh, I am based in Maryland, and as such, I'm Newi, Biafran boy. MCK Ajuluchukwu. Many of you may know my the history of my dad,
Yes.
and but I am based in Maryland. I am you don't want all the other CV because
No,
it can
no,
be until tomorrow.
no, no. It's okay. It's okay. Uzigomazi. May Chukwu Okeabiama bless you and
Thank
continue to guide and protect you. You always again whenever every Sunday this program is always there for you. You can
thank you.
all come and share your wonderful wisdom with the people of Biafran and lovers of freedom from all over. I say may Chukwu Okeabiama continue to bless you, Mazi. You see, this is exactly what we're talking about. You know, most people does not know what Africans went through in the hand of this wench from Buckingham Palace. She has a diamond worth of 400 million pounds on her crown, which she claimed that an African king gave to her as a present. And
Africa.
when asked who is this African king, she refused to give us the answer. But we are not fools. You know, they found this computer, but now this computer, through this computer, we could be able to be to tell our story the way it is. We are not going to give them the opportunity to always change the narrative the way they did during 1967 to 70, when they killed more than 6 million of our people, when they killed many Africans, when they robbed many African countries, when they raped many Africans. You know, like this, we shall awareness to most Africans who are interested to know exactly who they are, who are interested to understand that rich is not just the paper they call dollar, pound, this, that the real riches are under the ground where they are standing. Those are where the real riches are. And the day our people understand that we are actually kings and queens, that we have riches under our feet, that day will be their downfall. That day will be the mark that is prophesied and predicted. And one day it shall come to pass, and nothing any being can do against it, because the trumpet has been blown by our leader Onyenduma Nnamdi Kanu, and we have it the call, and we continue marching until our land is restored. I want to thank each and every one of you, but before we continue, I would like to remind us of the call from our HOD, because of 17th of October, this coming 17th of October, the one in London. It is a call of duty for every Biafran. Be you man, woman, child, if you have the opportunity, don't miss to be part of history on that day. I will personally be there with my group, with my zone, with my region. I will personally be there to witness history. We pray and hope that Chukwuka Abiyama will provide the necessity for all our comrades from all over the world to hit this call, to make sure that we are there, to let the British people, since the witch is dead, to know that the Biafran, those Biafran children, those Kwachioko children, that they are still there. Those are our ancestors, the kids, that they have reincarnated in us, and that we are still there demanding for what is ours, and we shall get it against all odds, whether they like it or not. So it is a call of duty. Our freedom is in our hand. It is not something IPOB shall do alone. It is a call of duty for every Biafran, every lovers of freedom from all over the world to join the march, to say down to this imperialism, that it's time for us to live as the way Chukwuka Abiyama wants us to live, without anybody enslaving our physical mind and mentality. So before we continue, I would like to call him Mazi Ikemba. Mazi Ikemba, are you there again? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, Marge. Good evening from this side.
Yes, Maz, even is
Yeah.
like where you are, either your this thing is having a bit technical
Can
problem,
you hear
but
me
let's see how far we can go with it. Are you okay there where you are, Maz?
can you hear me? Can you hear me properly now?
Now I can hear you, Maz. The floor is yours. The mic is yours. You can continue.
Okay, Marge. Good evening to the good evening to the host and also the co-host. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to every one of us here. It's a thing of joy that every Sunday we the host make out time to host this very space every blessed Sunday, and also it always gives me joy. Let me dive into the topic of the day. Last week was very massive, and you know, well, it was very massive and huge because then I began to realize that I know about this, but I began to realize that yes, we have more voices, that we need to pour in more voices, more voice on Twitter. Our tweet made it to the to most of the Nigerian media news, and that was very 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 very. I was very very happy about that. So this Tuesday, which our leader.
Mazi, can you hear me? Mazi Ikemba. Mazi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can't you hear me?
No, it's just like I lost your voice. That's why I was calling again. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can hear you now.
Okay, now it's more clear. You can continue.
Okay, okay. Let me start afresh.
Mm.
Last week Tuesday was a thing of joy to me, and I realized that we had that we have begun to have more voice on Twitter. Because I remember the day our super leader ordered us to to be on Twitter, to be on Twitter every Tuesday. And apart from that, we have been on this Twitter not only on Tuesdays but other days, pushing pushing and making the world pushing the word of the Biafra restoration and making others understand what we have been fighting for. Last week made me to understand that we have more voices. I'll take merit to the Nigerian media and all that. And this Tuesday that is coming, which our leader will be going to the court. And I'm thinking of which other topic are we going to push? Is it the free marginal card? Because I've realized that whenever our leader is going to court, Twitter, I don't know if you guys have realized it. Twitter always make sure they subdued or suppress that free marginal trend. I don't know it because I normally witness this. And I'm thinking of another hashtag for us to use because at least as it's going to court on Tuesday, which entered Tuesday, at least we need to push something again. That will hit the Nigerian media, the Nigerian media front page, and for the world also to realize, to know what you have been fighting for. This is I'm just throwing it as a question. What's the hashtag are we going to use? This Thursday that is coming.
I understand, Mazi Kemba. Thanks very much for the idea. I was about coming to it later because we shall not let them suppress our voice. Whether Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, nobody can suppress our voice. On that Tuesday, if you can change your profile bit to Mazin Nandekano, free Mazin Nandekano, prisoner of it is a call of duty for everyone. Change your profile picture. They cannot do anything against it. Change your profile picture and post free Mazin Nandekano. They must hear it. If they like it or not, they must hear it and they must listen to it. And there is nothing they can do against it. So, because if we change our hashtag, that means they are now positioning us to change our hashtag. We will not accept we food for more than 400 years. And enough is enough. We will not accept it. Because our people knows who we are. Those that are interested in freedom, those free thinkers knows who we are. If they like, let them reduce the hashtag or the trend. People will still see it. It's only them operating their buttons there, reducing how many people, making sure that it's not trending. But still, send it to after posting it, you can post DM to whoever that is on your space. Send it to the person. Remind him. Go not only Twitter, you can even do it if you're also in Facebook. Change your WhatsApp your WhatsApp status. You can post your status on your WhatsApp also. If you're not in that contraption called Zoo Nigeria, you can post your WhatsApp status that day. Free Mazin Nandekano, so that whoever that is on your contact, we know where you stand and what you're going through. So we shall not let them dictate for us. The time of them dictating our pace is gone. We are going to dictate our own pace because we know where we are going. We are never going to retreat or surrender because we must restore Biafra. This is what Elohim wants, and we must do it. We have a force bigger than every other force, and that is Chukwuka Biama. And there is nothing any big against it. We have seen it, tested and tried, and there is nothing they can do against it, and that is the fact. Before we continue, I still hammer home on the 1 million march on the 17th of October. we have to make that day a day to remember. That day has to be a day history is rewritten. That day has to be a day British people will never forget. That day has to be a day that those our brethren, Biafrans, Igbo people, who are behaving like my father said I'm Igbo or things like that. After that day, they will walk on the street of London, proud with their head up, saying, yes, I'm a Biafran, and there is nothing the devil can do about it. It is only possible if this fire, if this spirit called Biafra touches you. Ihe anyị na-eme bụ ihe mmụọ. Onye anyị na-achụrụ aja bụ oke mmụọ. Translate to those that are sitting beside you. This is one thing that is real for those of us that understood it. This is one thing that is real for those of us that understand who they are. Because I will restate and repeat. Once you understand who you are, you will know the power inside you. And that is a fact. Before I continue, last week, Mazi Oziomachi wanted to address us and he didn't get the opportunity because he was having technical problem. Mazi Oziomachi, I don't know if you are now, if your technical gadgets are okay today. Can you hear me? Mazi Oziomachi, are you there? I think the young man is still having problem. Let me call Mazi Evanshart. Mazi Evanshart, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here, Mazi.
May Chukwu Kabiama bless you. But before I continue, I want to thank Mazi Kemba for reminding us about next week, Tuesday, just like as our former speakers, Captain have said, and many other people. May Chukwu Kabiama bless them. Mazi, the mic is yours. The floor is yours. You can continue.
Yeah, good evening from here. I still remember Mazi Obi Evans here in Germany. I thank you people, my comrades, the host, and the co-host for giving us this opportunity to not only to say our minds, to share our views, but also to come together as a family to know the way forward and to provide solutions to issues which we may not discuss outside with the outside world, because as a family you have to discuss inside the family and not outside the family. Concerning the topic today, it is very, very good that we must put our voices together in Twitter, because as most of us know, Twitter is also like a diplomatic way also to lay your views to people that concerns, people that matters, for them to, you know, to be aware directly, not this is it goes directly to them. When you send a message and tag them, they receive it immediately, and they cannot lie or to their consciences that they did not receive it. Diplomatically, they may lie, but inside them, they know that Biafra issues and Biafra, they have things that they are pursuing, and they are also they are due now to receive that which they're supposed to be given. Even after the Civil War, 30 years after the Civil War, diplomatically and based on their laws internationally, Biafra is supposed to have been a republic by now, but it's been suppressed. But as Onyishi normally said, he said the time has come, because it can no longer be closed. It will be and the Biafra we are talking about is here on our doorstep. Somebody mentioned before about why the Nollywood actors we have, they are not. You don't expect them to put their mouth in anything concerning us, because when the older ones were acting, they were acting, then there was nothing like sponsorship or endorsement. But it is the caliphate, through their sponsor, their politicians, brought out this endorsement. You see, a particular actor or actress will be endorsed with Fulani money, and before endorsement, you have to sign some documents, which they will tell you, You're not allowed to act this thing as a film. You're not allowed to say this. Yeah, so they are all in a cage. They are all in a cage. So we don't hope on them. That's why we have Biafra God talent. They are singing the music. Most of the music we're using today at Radio Biafra, they are singing by our comrades, and we appreciate them. And they are doing it. We don't care, but because at the end of the day, each and every one of them will come out and tell us and show us his report card, and then we'll continue from there. Mazi, this Twitter also, I have to suggest that most of us belong to various platforms, and these platforms we must have to put them in Twitter, in various platforms in which we belong, not individually as a group. You put that group into a Twitter so that it will also be hitting hot from there. Mazi, this evening, when I heard about our sister Uju, what she wrote, it is mind blowing. She got them there. She got them really 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 hard, and then the death of that woman, that Oma, that grandmother that sucked so many bloods, her death spiritually has put into an end all the whole secrets concerning Biafra they have hidden. She has gone into her coffee with the whole of their geheimness and their secrets, which they have been planning or they have planned for years to hide Biafra. But they don't know that Biafra is like a root, it's like a seed. As you continue to bury it, it must continue to germinate. Thank you, Isi.
Thanks very much, Mazi. May Chukwukabiama bless you. May he continue to give you more wisdom and strength. May he be your power in this time of tribulation. You see, Mazi, what confuses me sometimes is the mindset of our people. Sometimes I wonder, like our leader will say, whether these people, they have only butter in their brain or something like that. I don't know. I mean, when I talk, for instance, when I try to reason, what is going on in the conscience of these so-called Nollywood actors and musicians? You have a mic. You have a mic. Your word carries weight, and you're putting it into toilet. Look at what the professor did. Do you know what it means when you post something and the second most richest person on this planet Earth, Jeff Bezos, counter you, and you now ridicule the person with the truth, and the person could not say anything again but to hide in shame? Do you know the meaning? What it means now, only with that thing that woman did, the outcome of it is that BBC, CNN, let me take for example, because this one I followed. CNN prepared a documentary they want to run to mourn the Queen. And they know now that if they brought out that documentary, it will going to cause a shitstorm. Because why? Through the tweet of this woman, our queen, I will call her also a queen. Let those people that is paining, let it pain them. Because this is a woman that stands tall, that stands for her people, and she took side. She made people understand, I am Igbo without apology. So if you don't like it, go to hell. That is just the way it is. I will say it the way it is. I have no apologies for it. So, and this is what this woman did. And after that particular tweet, even the last part, hidden part of this mother, now people start Googling, start researching. What is this? Who are these people? What make this woman write this thing? Pastor, why is she somebody else? They started searching. When those that were preparing to knock her down, they now get the biggest shock of their life. As a senator from Australian senator, a woman, she now with her own twist and told the world, I don't know why you people are to mourn somebody that is a murderer, a colonialist that enslaved many people. So if you people are mourning her, is your problem. But those who ask that she colonized, those she raped parents, those she plundered their farmland, those she did a lot of bad things to, Maybe if you're part of those victims, let me see how you could mourn. As they were planning to dilute that one, an American writer now start throwing another tweet. How can we mourn somebody that tried to colonize the whole America? Yes, because why? The royal family were those ones that tried to colonize America and stop American independence, caused that war, that the revolution war that killed a lot of people. It's a fact. The truth is there. It's like sun. It pierces through every darkness. There is nothing they can. You see, the death of this woman will be their Waterloo. We are watching. Let's see, because it's only them, those that profit. The Irish people. Most of you that are in Twitter, go to any Irish page. You thought that woman, because when they were going after our sister, Professor Oju, when they were going after her, then Irish people came out with their own, with even some things that are worse that we didn't know. They start bringing it out. And that is the way. You see, there is one thing, a pig. There is no how you can wash a pig and get it clean, because immediately you finish, it will spring up and land into the shit again and come out and start showing you why it's a pig. And that is the way I see the situation, without apology. So, and this is a clear thing that each and every one of us know. Every Biafran, every Igbo person with conscience should know how our ancestors suffered. How many of us that passed away? I said once here, somebody who live in spiritual realm. I said one time, most of us that are here outside in diaspora, in many places, especially this Europe and America, most of us that are here that doesn't know how they get here should go back and ask questions, what brought them here, because it's not money, not wealth. Here where we come from is wealth. Somebody like me ask question. I am here because I'm part of those people that passed away 1987. Those that want to know why my people were treated so badly and the world kept silent. I am part of these people, and that is why I came back here. And since I find it out, I've been all my efforts, all whatever I'm doing, I've been concentrating how to make sure. I know that I cannot do it all alone. I know that IPOB cannot do it all alone. I know that our leader, Onyendu Mazin Nandekano, who is now in DSS dungeon, cannot do it alone. And that's why we're calling on every That's why we are calling on every Igbo person. That's why we are calling on lovers of freedom from all over the world to join hands to make sure that the injustice our people have been suffering for more than hundreds of years, that is put to an end with our generation. That our generation will live in a free nation called Biafra, because it's the wish of Elohim and nobody can stop it. Before I continue, comrade, I want to remind us that before we leave this platform today, we must still listen to our queen. But before then, I would like to call in Mazi Casey. Mazi Casey, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mazi Casey?
Yes, Mazi. I can hear you.
Yeah, Mazi, being somebody new, if you are in Biafra land or in construction Kozu, you don't need to tell us your location, but you can give us short introduction. May Chukwu Kabiama bless you. The mic is yours.
Okay. Good evening, brothers. I'm not based in the contraction, so I'm very free to talk. Yeah. So I'm really happy with this movement. This lady has really, Professor Uju has really shake the world. Like it's just like it was just like prophesied by Oyedu before, that a day will come like this. Like he's really a prophet, man. And if even you can even see that the British media is even suppressing the the news. They don't want it to go around, but people are still tweeting. It's still going round and round and round. people are getting to the awareness of Biafra is getting more popular and popular and popular. So, but we are really happy, and we'll keep hoping that the will of God continue to shine and show, because we know very soon we are